Hi, am I on the air? No, yes I am. Hey, guess who's back again? This is K1BSZ. Um, yeah, that's me right here. Okay? I was asked to make a modification to my call sign. That's it right there, right? See? Upside down too, see? See? So I'll let you know. Hey, it's time is it now? It's 10 past 2. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, kind of fell asleep on the couch earlier. Watch a movie. I said, went out to dinner and I'm going to get on the radio tonight. Well, kind of didn't happen. Kind of fell asleep on the couch watching a boring movie. Ah, yeah. You want to go to sleep? Watch a boring movie. Or watch my videos. And I'll put you to sleep. Ha ha ha. Sure. Yeah, okay. All right, enough of that. Right now I'm listening to the CW contest on 160 meters. Let me turn the volume up here a little bit. Boy, some of these guys are going pretty good, ain't they? Yeah, they're going like, 24, 30, 35 words a minute. They're cranking right out there in good shape. About 24 words a minute. Let's see. Let me put this thing up on computer program on CW. Remember what I was telling you earlier about using your computer program to decode your Morse code? I got it on here right now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. W3BGN. W3BGN's on there right now. He's on 1.819 on CW contest. Got a good C. It's got a good S9 signal into Vermont. And I'm using inverted L. I mean, I can't use this band because it's not long enough. It's on the short side. Story of my life. Did I say that? I've been up too long. So I got the program on there right now. I'm going to turn the volume down. Okay, so like I said, if you want to learn CW, say you don't have to learn the Morse code anymore. Back in the day when you had to do the Morse code, you had to do a 5 words a minute code test for novice technician, general class, advanced. You had to do 13 words a minute, and then for extra you had to do 20 words a minute. Well, there's a little problem with CW, and I'll admit, I mean, I had that problem too. There's a little threshold there between okay and not okay. Now, you're going to say to yourself, what the hell do you mean by that? Well, 13 words a minute. It's kind of it's an odd number, and there's a little window right there between 15 and 10 words a minute. There's an area, there's a gray line area right there where 13 words a minute is a little too fast, but it's a little too slow. I mean, it's in that area where it's not a really good, comfortable speed. Now, here's how I used to teach my students. I used to teach ham radio years ago, a long time ago. I used to teach my students I would take and send the Morse code at 20 words a minute, at 5 words a minute spacing. 20 words a minute is like here. Novice is here. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Spacing, but send it on high rate of speed because it gives the brain a chance to think about what's being sent, and then that time frame of analyzing it and go, oh, that's what it means. Here it comes again. Da 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 da. What's that mean? Oh, it's CQ. And you hear it again. Da 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 da. 5 words a minute spacing. And then, as time goes on, you close the gap a little bit. Now you're down to like 8 words a minute spacing, then 10, then 12. Don't do it 13. 13 sucks. Then go to 15. Next thing you know, you're doing 18 words a minute. And then next thing you know, you're up to 20. So you increase your spacing instead of going 20 words a minute, sending it like 24 at 15 words a minute spacing. Then 18, then 20, then 22, then 24. So when you go to take your exam, it'd be like doing a novice exam when you're taking your general. You're sitting there listening to it and you're falling asleep. Da, 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 da. Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Mr. Examiner. Yeah, K1 BSC to W1 ABC. Oh, yeah, I got it right. But remember the old exams back? Oh, my God. They were horrible. I mean, I was down in Boston. The old Custom House. Remember those Blade days? Some of you out there probably don't remember those, but I do. The old Custom House in Boston. We're up on the 17th floor. Oh, my God. Nice view of the place. Nice view of the bay and everything. Got the big clock on the tower. You ever been there? Oh, that's a great building. I miss that place. Love to go there. Got a couple of funny stories to tell you about that place, too. So, anyways, you get up there, and the code test, whether it was novice, general, or extra, I mean, the test, it was nothing related to ham radio. Absolutely nothing. I mean, it might be, the text might be pulled out of the Wall Street Journal or home Good Housekeeping or Sheep Today or whatever, or Millie's mincemeat recipe, Jeez, good God. And I remember the time I went to the exam. I said, why the hell don't you have a test that has radio contact, text, like K1 BSZ, WABC, RST, QTH, my rig is, stuff related. Oh, we can't do that. Oh, no, can't do that. We're going to take tests. Make sure that you know how to get the. It's like going to a drugstore and ordering a bottle of aspirin, and they say, "Oh, we can't give you acid, but we'll give you some vegetables." Hello. They did, and then they remember the old day. This bringing about a lot of memories. This video. 11 meters. Remember that used to be a handband? I do. Just about, Used to be a handband. A lot of you out there don't realize it. 11 meters used to be a handband. Really did. It was a good handband. It had AM, phone, sideband, CW. So then the FCC, we're going to have Class D CB, short range communications, 150 miles, 5 watts, 20-foot antenna. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's going to make a lot of sense. Actually, it really was for a lot of us. Myself was the gateway to ham radio. And the reason why I say that is because we had a bunch of us around the Fairleigh Bradford area, and we were all on 11 meters. And some of us were just about channel 40. We had all these Yaesu FT101Es and Tempo 1s floating around. There's quite a few of those around there. All I had to do is change the crystals, and you're on 11 meters. But the Yaesu FT101 series, the FT101B, the E, the double E, all had 11 meters on them. The ones after the double E's, like the EX and the ED, and the FT 101 Z and ZDs, they didn't have 11 meters. But before that, they had 11 meters. And so you didn't have to change any crystals or anything. And they used to use, they'd gone, about channel 40 or channel 23 on sideband. A whole bunch was around here in the Fairleigh area. Had a bunch of these rigs. Some of these I used to do 11 meters. Not really legal. Oh, well, hey, what the hell? Wires all the damn by now. Well, anyways, it kind of backfired on the FCC, but it was also kind of like a gateway. So there was 5 of us. We all got our novice licenses. And right now there's only, I think there's 3 of us left. Yeah, me, Lloyd, and Russell. Yeah, I think that's it. The rest of them are all gone. Well, I mean, there's 4 of us left. There's Walt down in Thetford. Yeah, he's not active though. I don't think. A lot of these guys aren't active anymore. I'm the only one that's active. I'm on every day. I'd be on right now, but I'm on this stupid video. So there you go. What are this stupid camera, all that sort of stuff. What are this stupid moron on TV? There you go. Well, anyways, so, and going back in history, do you remember the old 5-meter band? Some of you do. I don't remember it, but it was before my time. 5 meters was a great band. It was between 6 meters and 4 meters. About 54 megs to 57 or so. 56 megs on AM and on CW. Back in the day, all there was AM and CW. Single sideband didn't start coming in until about the mid-60s. And I was a shortwave listener back in the 60s. I had this, Holocrafters S120, and also had a Sears and Roebuck Silvertone Wayfarer receiver, AM only. I used to listen to Green Mountain Net on that radio. Faithfully, every night. Learned all their call signs, all their locations from all. Oh God, I can name a bunch. In fact, I'll name those W1ZYZ, W1 UCL, W1 FDS, W1 EKV, W1 E, a DI. He used to come out from Putney. That's a W1 E, a DI. And then there was another guy there. What the? Poor old Lonesome Charlie. What the hell is this called? Forget it. Oh, W1 KKM. And Claire up in Montpelier there. K1WNU. And then Colin Farr up in Concord there. What the hell is this called? Can't remember what it's called now. But a whole bunch of them, all over Vermont and New Hampshire. And then there was, W1SVT out of Newport. I remember, I can't think of his name. First name was Jack up in St. John's. He had a grinder shop up in St. John's on Portland Street. And he used to run a Collins kilowatt, 1,000 watts AM and CW. That was before that the FCC started regulating the AM modulation, and also the power wattage, power output on all the amplifiers and everything. I mean, you can run a 3 kilowatts. Can't do that anymore. They limit to 1,500 watts. So they limit it to a 375 watts carrier, but you had the audio under the carrier and it'll give you 1,500 watts. I think that's like a 3 dB signal or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was. Something like that. Anyways, but they'd come on the Green Mountain and said, "Oh, we're going to bring in Jack from St. Johnsbury, Vermont." And he used to have a pet crow in the background. You'd hear that crow in the bird cage going, "Ah, ah, ah." And his wife, Millie, would be back there. She'd say, "Now say bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye." The old crow would go, "Ah, ah." And he said, "Oh, here comes Jack with his kilowatt. Turn on, okay, guys, turn down your AF gain, your RF gain. Here comes Jack on his kilowatt." And he'd come on there, and I'm telling you, the estimator would go right over to 60 over and just stay there. Wouldn't even move. Wow. Oh, what a signal. Unbelievable. Jeez, boy, those are the good old days, I'll tell you. So, anyways, and then the FCC went, we're going to have to, 11 meters isn't doing justice. So we want to have short range communication. So we're going to put up on 220. Class C CB. Well, that didn't work. I just went down the tubes. So, it's been like a big battle between CB operators and the hams, and not so much anymore. I mean, things are kind of fizzled out. So now, just this last year, now the FCC, we're going to let the 11 meter operators work DX. Well, they always have. There's, I can't remember where, I think it's in Tennessee. There's a manufacturer down Tennessee. And I think it's called Davis Electronics or Davis RF or something. Davis something. I think you'll look it up on the internet. And there's this guy, he makes homebrew amplifiers. And he builds them to order. And this guy makes some heavy-duty artillery. I mean, heavy-duty. He's got amplifiers that are 50,000 watts. Hello, 50 kW. Come on. And what are they for? I don't know. Any frequency you want. 10 meters, 80, 220. You'll build them. You don't care. As long as there's a buck to be made. And And then I was looking on, what was it QRZ or what was it? I think it was. It was a couple of years ago. It showed a picture of an amplifier made in St. Petersburg, Russia. Big city. And there's quite a few manufacturing electronic plants there in Russia. Yeah, I mean these guys aren't dummies. They're pretty smart people, and they've got an amplifier they built, and they were marketing. It was called a Tremendous. That's what it's called. It was called Tremendous, and it's rated at 10 kW. 10. And then there's a company in Australia that markets an amplifier. Entron, I think it is. I think so. Entron. That has 2 big tubes in it, and they're equivalent to the IMAX 3CX 3000s. Unbelievable. And I mean, I tell you, you hear these, some of the, back when the bands were good, I mean, you go in a pileup and you hear these big gun stations, and you hear, I mean, and these guys, some of them overseas, damn well they're running more than 1,500 watts. I know for a fact, it used to be a ham down in Grenada, the island of Grenada. Don Ackerson, J37 Alpha Hotel. This guy had a modified Henry amplifier, an 800A. With 3 tubes in it. 3 tubes. I don't know what they were. But let me tell you, I'd be on 75 meters in the morning, around 3805 or so. And sometimes I'd be down on 71, oh God, what was it? 7225 and 14250. Now he'd hang around in the lower bands early in the morning, and there'd be nobody else there. And he's 20 over S9 up here in Vermont. There's nobody on the band. It's dead. 4 o'clock in the morning. He's 20 over S9. And this guy, he had a 40-meter beam on a tower. 4 elements. 4 elements. There's a guy over there on EA9 Japan Echo. This guy's got a 120-foot tower with a 3-element 40-meter monobander. And he was running 800 watts. And let me tell you, when 40 meters started lengthening out, getting more DX on there, it was back this last winter. This last winter, he'd be the only DX station on 40 meters. You wouldn't hear anybody else. And let me tell you, he had a signal that just wouldn't quit. And whoa, unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, some of these guys run a lot of power. They can in these other countries. Legal there. But But anyways, I don't want to take up too much of your time. There's a little bit of history, a little bit of knowledge, and a little bit of nostalgia. I love history and all that sort of stuff. And someday I'm going to be history. Oh, God, what time is it? Oh, my God, it's way after 2:30. Oh, geez. Past my bedtime. Well, I probably won't go to bed for probably 4 o'clock anyway, so I'm basically retired now and can do all this. In fact, where I live now, there's nobody here. I'm the only one here. It's a hotel in Vermont, but I ain't going to tell you where. I want to keep it low profile. I want to be under the wire. The wire's right here. I don't want to get too close to the wire. See what happened to my head? There's no hair up here. I get too close to the wire. You know, a lot of radiation. Burn that hair off your head there. You know, that's what my dad used to tell me back in the military. These guys that stand in front of these radar dishes, they feel warm, you know, in the wintertime. Oh, it's warm out here. Well, they're being cooked on the inside. They didn't realize it. They end up having diarrhea all the time and puking. And there you go. Anyway, so y'all have a good evening, a good morning. Work a lot of DX. Get on the radio. Don't be bashful. Just don't let it sit around, because the vaccine's going to be out soon. But until then, get on the radio. It's the time to get on. It's too cold to be outside. Put your golf clubs away. I did back last month. I put them away. You know. Now it's radio time. Get on there, dust off that ViperX key and that bug. Get on CW. Get on Teletype. Get on YAM. Get on. Just get on and operate. Experiment, build something. Repair something. Tear apart an old TV and put something together. Build a spark transmitter. Now, remember that spark? I was down at Deerfield, down to the Hoss Traders Hamfest, down there. They call it the Near Fest now, New England Amateur Radio Festival. And I'm standing down in the crowd. A bunch of us standing around there. This one vendor down there, and their guys are picking out parts, and I'm picking out a few parts for a project, and right next to me was Mr. Mike, W1RC. Hey, what are you building, Clydo? I says, I'm building a spark transmitter. You should have seen the people's looks on their faces. I was like, what? I said, yeah, a spark transmitter. You ever heard of that? It's a DC coil with a gap to ground. This one guy says, so if you run spark, he said, what frequency is it on? I go, all of them. I said, you ever seen lightning before? Well, that's spark, only in a big way. And Mr. Mike says, he's right. Yep. And he says, so you're building a spark transmitter. It's illegal. I says, yeah, I know that, but tell God that. So everybody have a good evening. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I hope I entertained you. I hope I gave you some information. And there'll be more videos forthcoming. I really enjoy this. And if you want to send me a QSL card, I have a couple ways you can get a hold of me. I'm not going to publish my phone numbers or anything. Not doing that. No way, ever. You can get a hold of me by mailing my QSL card or a letter or, note, put on a piece of toilet paper, whatever. Post, Clyde Blake, CLYDE, BLAKE, Post Office Box 203, Fairleigh, Vermont, Foxtrot, Alpha, India, Romeo, Lima, Echo, Vermont, Victor, Echo, Romeo, Mike, Ocean, November, Tango, Vermont, 05045. Or you can send me an email at Clyde. What was that? Oh, that's my fan. My cooling fan on my rig over here. That's something weird. I have an email address, Clyde Blake 75, all one word, at yahoo.com. I have email. I also have Facebook and Instagram. Okay, any one of those. I'm also on the radio. If you hear me on 20 meters, PSK or CW. Most generally 20 meters. I'm also on 2 meters. Moose Mountain repeater, 145 330 PL100. I'm on that, or I'm on Mount Scottney too. Mount Scottney, Vermont. 146.760. The PL tone is 110. Yeah, 110.9. Okay, excuse me. So that's the way to get a hold of me. And thanks for watching, listening. And if you get any comments, questions, good criticism, I will not tolerate profanity, anything related to sex, anything that's derogatory. If you send me any messages or any emails and it's not appropriate about these videos, then if you're on Facebook or anything else, you will be blocked and you will be reported. This is a fair warning. I'm being upfront. I don't take no shit from nobody. All right? Including you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Just gave me a finger. Idiot. Go to bed. Okay? So have a good evening and God bless. Don't drink and drive because you might spill your drink. That's alcohol abuse. And we'd rather talk to you than read about you. And one more thing. I'm very proud of. I want you all to know this. Come next month, it'll be my 11th year of being alcohol free. I'm very proud of that. Because I used to get on the radio and I'd act like an asshole. Okay? So now I'm a perfect asshole. Good night, all. Bye.